Hey everyone, welcome back to DJOK App channel. Ever had a fight with your partner that felt impossible to fix? You might feel frustrated or unhappy about your partner. You might even be thinking about leaving your relationship right now. Hold on, just breathe. What if I told you the solution is simpler than you think? Let's be real, romantic relationships aren't always smooth sailing. We argue, we mess up, and sometimes, we hurt the people we love most. But here's the thing, there's one simple phrase that can turn almost any situation around, as I mentioned above. Guess what it is? I'm sorry. And today, I'm going to show you why it works, how to do it right, and even share a few real-life examples. So, let's dive in. Why apologies matter. An apology isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about showing your partner that their feelings matter, that they matter. When you apologize, it's like saying, I see you, I care about how you feel, and I'm willing to make things better. And let me tell you, that's powerful. Apologies can rebuild trust, diffuse tension, and even strengthen your bond. But only when they're done right. So, let's talk about that. Why I'm sorry works wonders. Let me give you an example. Imagine you and your partner had an argument about, you guessed it, leaving dirty dishes in the sink. Your partner says, you never do the dishes. And you snap back, well, I'm not the only one who lives here. That answer can even end the relationship. Classic, right? Now, let's imagine after hearing this, you paused, took a deep breath, and said this instead. I'm sorry I didn't clean up. I know it frustrated you, and I'll make sure to take care of it next time. That will make a huge difference, don't you think? That simple apology turns the blame game into a moment of connection. It says, I care about your feelings more than winning this argument. Common mistakes. Okay, now let's talk about what you shouldn't do. Here's one I hear all the time, I'm sorry but. Your partner says, I'm sorry, but you're being way too sensitive. Is that really an apology? Yikes. That's not an apology. That's deflecting responsibility. Another one? Your partner says, I guess I'm sorry if you're upset. Listen, if your apology sounds like a half-hearted shrug, you're doing it wrong. Because apologizing means owning up fully. How to apologize the right way. Here's the formula for a heartfelt apology. It's simple, but super effective. First, acknowledge what you did wrong. Be specific. Don't just say, sorry. Say, I'm sorry for snapping at you earlier. Second, recognize how it affected your partner. Show empathy. For example, I know it hurt your feelings, and that wasn't fair. Third, take responsibility. Drop the excuses. It's about what you did, not what they did. Fourth, offer to make it better. This could sound like, I'll do better next time, or even, how can I make this right? Fifth, be sincere. People can tell when you're faking it, so mean it. Example of a perfect apology. Let's just imagine you ignoring your partner text messages, or you didn't see it for any reasons, just say, I'm sorry for ignoring your texts earlier. I know it made you feel like I wasn't thinking about you, and that's not okay. I'll do better about responding, even when I'm busy. Can we talk about how you felt? Notice how they owned their actions, acknowledged their partner's feelings, and offered to make it right. That is how you apologize. I know most people don't like to apologize because of their pride or they don't want to look weak. Let me tell you right now. Apologizing isn't about being weak. It's about being strong enough to prioritize the relationship over your pride. Instead of seeing apologies as losing a battle, think of them as strengthening your connection. Apologizing isn't about proving who's right or wrong. It's about valuing the relationship enough to acknowledge your partner's feelings and take responsibility for your actions. Here's some tips. Always focus on the bigger picture. Ask yourself, is being right more important than being happy? In the grand scheme of things, holding on to your pride isn't worth damaging trust and intimacy with someone you love. Apologizing helps resolve conflicts faster and fosters a healthier, happier relationship. Practice empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Imagine how your words or actions made them feel. Empathy is key to meaningful apologies. When you realize the impact of your actions on someone else, it becomes easier to step outside your ego and take accountability. Start small. If apologizing feels daunting, start with simple, low-stakes situations. Practice saying, "I'm sorry" when you bump into someone or forget something minor. The more you get used to apologizing in small ways, the easier it will feel in bigger, more emotional situations. Separate the action from your identity. Apologizing for a mistake doesn't mean you're a bad person. It simply means you're human. Taking responsibility for an action doesn't define your worth, it shows maturity and self-awareness. Focus on repair, not blame. Instead of dwelling on who's at fault, shift your mindset to repairing the relationship. A genuine apology can help rebuild trust, clear misunderstandings, and bring you closer to the other person. Apologizing builds respect. Contrary to what you might think, apologizing doesn't make people respect you less. In fact, it does the opposite. It shows maturity, emotional intelligence, and a willingness to grow. People admire those who can take responsibility for their actions. Practice self-compassion. Sometimes, it's hard to apologize because you're too hard on yourself. You might fear admitting mistakes because it makes you feel like a failure. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes, and apologizing is a sign of growth, not imperfection. At the end of the day, relationships are about connection, not perfection. Saying "I'm sorry" isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of love, respect, and growth. So the next time things get rocky, don't let pride get in the way. Apologize with your whole heart, and watch how it brings you closer. If this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone you care about, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more love and relationship tips. Oh, and tell me in the comments what's the most meaningful apology you've ever given or received. I'd love to hear your stories. See you next time. Bye.